Sorry, my video capture keeps cutting out. So we were talking about new files as an example of. This is a good example to cover. Let's say you're in Linux. You might make you'd make a list of files and then pass them on the command line as you'd arrange a pipe to process something. Let's say you want to find files after a certain date. So this is the directory mask. It's the base directory and then the mask. Here's the interesting part. So you have to get familiar with the file utils. Okay, this is all the commands use this. So if you make a mask of kernel star, the base directory is kernel and the mask is star. If you make a directory of demo star bitmap semicolon star GRA, then the base directory is demo and the mask is BMP and so forth. If you say slash star, the base directory is root, and it's like that. Now these commands have both an integer version of the flags. The flags, if it's asking for an integer, you construct an integer out of the flags. If it's asking for a U8, which is a character string, then you use plus and minus to turn on and off the flags. Be aware little r is recurse. There's a reason. That's because I forgot why. Oh, the big letters are. There's a big R for something else, I think. Could be wrong. Anyway. Okay, so this is we passed it a. Okay, we're passing a string for the flags. So we would say, so this command has already been loaded into the atom symbol table. So we could say new files slash star. Let's just try new files. I have a rant that I. Now you can say let's do find files. Yes. Never mind. Anyway, let's say you don't want to recurse, then you can say slash star comma, and then we want the date. So we say string to date. And we can put let's do an earlier date. Let's say 2/9/ or how about just 2/9? I think that works. Comma, and then if we don't want to recurse, but we do. So these are all the files since 2/9, string to date. Now if we want just text source code files, then we can say comma quote plus, I think it's S, I don't know. So those are source code. Notice they're all CPPs and we don't have the map and stuff. So there's only a limited number of these different groups: source code and text file and graphics file, but it turns out that it's handy. You can't make a new group. Anyway, so where were we? So just to make this program transparent, we set the flags with text, the default flags, and then the argument that you pass in is that modifies the default. So the default is recursion on and just files. So what that means is when we call the find files, it doesn't include directories, and since we have recursion, it flattens the whole thing into a linked list. We don't do find first, find next. We do we get the whole thing at once. That's how we roll. That's how we roll. So now it's checking against the date and then printing, and then in the directory listings we have the full path name, and then we delete the so this is how you process a list of files. So what other operation might you want to do? Let's say you wanted to delete all those files, then you would say del, and then you can put this full name. We don't want to do that, obviously. Or I guess you could. Let's say you want to delete all the files after a certain date. So that would do it right there. So we don't use a scripting language. We don't use pipes. We don't use pipes. This is if you know C, then you know how to do it. You don't have to get tricky and convoluted. I hate convoluted logic. Anyway, I hate functional programming, all that convoluted stuff. Just do it like a white man. Anyway, okay, well, how about that?